We'd like to acknowledge the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Mi'kmaq people. And now time to meet the starting lineup for the visiting 56ers. Number 2, Mackenzie Smith. Number 7, Lauren Armstrong. Number 12, Zoe Olsen. Number 20, Abby Mercer. And number 22, Abby Kobayashi. Head coach, Pat Packer.
All right, good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome to live coverage of Maritime Women's Basketball Association action on Maritime Athletic Profiles. How you doing, folks? My name's Alan April. All of the call of today's regular season finale, the final game heading into the stretch run in the MWBA Legacy Cup, and we've got a good one on tap today. The Lake City 56ers coming in tops of the league with a record of 8-1, take on the Halifax Hornets, 3-6, and a quick three off the top for Mackenzie Smith. It's probably as open as she'll get all game, but misses left. So, as mentioned, Lake City leading the league at 8-1, Hornets at 3-6, but they have had some good games as of late, have the Hornets, breaking their losing streak in a win last week over the Moncton Mystics, as now Melina Collins gets it for Lily Francois. Francois making a return to the lineup after missing a couple games. Amanda Piercy goes behind the back, spins, puts it up and in. Tough take there by Amanda Piercy, the Newfoundlander, who coming off another all-star campaign here at Mount St. Vincent University with the Mystics. Nice set play, and Aki Kobayashi finds Lauren Armstrong at former Holland College to St. Mary's Huskies connection. Kobayashi, fresh off an outstanding university career with the St. Mary's Huskies, a three-peat. And now that pass over the top by Francois, intercepted by Smith. Look at Smith run the floor. Great pass for Zoe Olskamp, but she comes up short on the layup. Francois pushing the other way. But wide for the three-point shooting Chloe Oxner. Now Piercy. Little hesitation. Melina Collins will put up a three. Off rim, Kobayashi tracks down a long rebound, and the 56ers want to run. Kobayashi gets to the left hand and is fouled by Piercy. Crashes into camera operator Alex. And Kobayashi will head to the line to shoot two. Take another look at this one. See that downhill action by Kobayashi, and then whoop, right into your living room. Cameraman Alex taking one for the team. He's a tough guy. That won't bother him. As Aki hits the first. Kobayashi, 5'8" guard out of Osaka, Japan. As mentioned, finished up an outstanding season with the St. Mary's Huskies. Was a second-team AUS All-Star, averaging just under 13 points and 5 assists per game. Now Lily Francois. Francois had a breakout game, 19 points a few weeks ago. I believe it was against the Thunder before she had to sit out a few games. And a nice post move there by Sammy Minieri draws the foul. She'll head to the line to shoot two. Foul on Zoe Olskamp, her first. Sammy Manieri this season with the Hornets, averaging right around 7 points, 6 rebounds per game. 6'1" forward out of Toronto, Ontario. Just finished her first season with the Dalhousie Tigers, where she started 15 games. And Manieri knocks both down. So 4-4 in the early going. I'll break down this matchup a little more. These two teams have played a couple times and also are missing some key players, specifically the 56ers. As Kobayashi kicks to the corner, Olskamp attacks the closeout. Great take by Olskamp, but Oxner altered that shot. Olskamp, third chance, and she'll kick it out. Mackenzie Smith, catch and shoot three, no. Olskamp again, her third offensive rebound of this possession, and she is fouled. Actually kind of a dangerous collision under the basket as Olskamp and Manieri got tangled up. Take another look at this and the offensive rebounding of Zoe Olskamp. And then Manieri went down and Olskamp tripped over her, but everybody pops up okay. Zoe Olskamp on the free throw line. Misses the first. Olskamp, a 6-foot forward out of Stratford, Prince Edward Island. Had her first season with the UMB Reds this past year. And for so many of these players, just finished their first year of U Sports, maybe didn't play that many minutes, but playing at this high level against AUS and NCAA All-Stars, former pros, current pros as well, really prepares them for a step up in their second season. And great example of that right there, Abby Mercer getting the start today for the 56ers with a huge rejection on Chloe Oxner. Look at that. Mercer started her first game with the Sixers in their last game and scored the first 6 points of the game. Also had some great defensive plays all game long. As Mackenzie Smith over, beautifully done. Give and go with Lauren Armstrong. Counted and one. Mackenzie Smith again. Alex getting in on the action. And a beautiful play there. Check out the cut after the pass by Smith. Little look away, backdoor, see you later, finish, and one. And Mackenzie Smith. It takes longer than one free throw to run through her accolades. She's a 3-time All-Atlantic 10 All-Star in the NCAA with St. Joseph's. And Smith rattles in the free throw. As we'll have a substitution now. Lillian Fuller checks in for Zoe Olskamp. I must say, the 56ers, this is about as small of a lineup as you'll see from this team. I mean, Mackenzie Smith is almost 6 foot, 5'11" guard, but she's playing the post guarding the 6'2" Caitlin Power right now. And Power able to catch on the back cut, kicks it out for Melina Collins. Collins stepping through, no. And that's going to be a rebounding foul against Collins. Good block out by Kobayashi. And the 56ers will head the other way. That's already 4 team fouls against the Hornets and 2 personals on Collins. She'll take a seat. Maddie Hiscock checks in for Halifax. Hiscock's going to have her hands full with this matchup, but turnover force there as that pass was too high for Fuller. But Smith forces a turnover on the other end with her active hands. And just look at the confidence in Mackenzie Smith bringing the ball up the court. Drive, kick. Kobayashi had it poked from behind by Hiscock. And here comes Hiscock down the right wing. She'll leave it for Chloe Oxner. 3 ball is up and 3 ball is down. Chloe Oxner knocks down the triple and cuts the 56ers lead to 1. Oxner, knockdown shooter, caught that one in rhythm as the trailer, and first attempt, nothing but net. Now here's Smith. Drives hard and taken down. Look, I'll say this. Maddie Hiscock guarding you, there are no easy buckets. You may get a step on her, but Maddie Hiscock, a physical, intense player and a former ACAA Defensive Player of the Year here at Mount St. Vincent. Listen, the 56ers coaching staff didn't like it. That's a basketball play. That's a play on the ball. Smith hits the first. Shelburne, Nova Scotia native, played her high school basketball at King's Edgehill School, where she played with two 56ers teammates in Abby Mercer and Emily McNeil. McNeil, one of the 56ers not in uniform today. On the season, coming into today, Smith is leading the MWBA with 20.4 points per game. And she makes both free throws there, pushing the lead back up to 3. Brianna Reardon in now for the Hornets. Reardon, nice crossover, and fouled on the drive by Lillian Fuller. Little hand check. As Piercy's going to check in, replacing Oxner.
56ers foul, Charleston number 3, Lillian Fuller.
So the Mystics out there with Reardon, Piercy, Hiscock, Francois, and Power. Here is Francois, shot clock down to 10. Piercy, guarded by Smith. Piercy spins to the left. Oh, baby, what a move. Amanda Piercy, deep in her bag early today. 4 points for Piercy, and it's a 1-point ball game. I told you, Hornets are coming out to play today. They're feeling confident. As there's a corner three for Abby Mercer off the side of the backboard, but nobody boxed out Courtney Kane-Norden. She can't get the layup to fall. And crossing half court here is Lily Francois. Over now to the left wing, Reardon. Piercy off the down screen. Misses the 3, rebound tapped around and corralled by Mercer. And here is Smith. The masked woman, Mackenzie Smith. Power got a piece of that one. Bodies hit the floor. Kobayashi for 3, no. And the Hornets will take over. Listen, the Hornets are going to put a lot of defensive attention on Mackenzie Smith, make things difficult for her driving to the hoop. Hornets getting a little longer and taller here with the substitution of Sasha Dabb, who I think has played very well for them as of late. Now Piercy. And Piercy's got that look in her eye. She's already got 4 points here and feeling confident off the dribble. Francois over now for Piercy. Bobbles it. Now will drive baseline. Still probing. Finds a cutting. Ooh. Got her on the travel call. I didn't see it, but official Nicole Weisner definitely had a better view than me. As Emma Cameron will check in for the 56ers, replacing Aki Kobayashi. So I alluded to it, but 3 key players for the 56ers missing today. Courtney Donaldson, as well as Emily McNeil and Dara Flurgan. The question is, how many minutes is Mackenzie Smith going to play? As Reardon got tangled up with Fuller, and one thing, Hornets are playing physical, but they're in foul trouble already. That's Reardon's first, but they are in the penalty. Okay, so I like this. They're going to be very strategic with how they rest Mackenzie Smith. Lauren Armstrong comes in. Watch this. She's going to get a minute, maybe 2 on the bench. Then they'll call a timeout and put her back in, and it'll be like 5 minutes of real time, 2 minutes of basketball time, getting her a rest. Fuller hits the first, and Fuller hits the second. 3-point lead for the 56ers. Piercy now. Driving hard at Armstrong. Armstrong gets a piece of it, and Cameron comes away with the rebound. Now Armstrong crosses the timeline. Driving left, kicks it out for Fuller. She'll attack the closeout. Now Kane-Norden on the baseline. Faces up, drives middle. Up with the right, no. Rebound tapped around, back into the hands of Fuller. No, she lost it. And here is Lily Francois. Caitlin Power. KP on the break. Wonderful things happen. Reardon, 3-ball. No. Leah Martin tracks down the defensive rebound, and outlets for Kane-Norden. Fast pace to this one. Only free throws have been the majority of our stoppages thus far. Power, offensive rebound. Pushing the pace. Power. Nice pass to the corner. Francois for 3. No. Armstrong with the rebound. Skip to the corner and stepped out of bounds did Fuller. as some veterans for the Hornets. Jasmine Parent checks in for her first action as well. Maddie Hiscock returns. 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 12-9, 56ers lead. Hiscock on the right wing. Feeds it to Parent. Up top, Dab, she'll put up a three. Too strong, but Parent tracks down the offensive board. Now Reardon on the blow-by, looking to thread the needle for Parent. Kick ball. Fresh 14 and a baseline inbound coming up here for the Hornets.
Into the game for the 56ers, number 14, Julie Campbell, and number 4, Nikiva Brown.
Julie Campbell and Nikiva Brown check in for the 56ers. As mentioned, they're missing a few key players, so you can expect some extended minutes for some of their bench players. As that's inbounded for Piercy, wide open for three, halfway down, rims out. Armstrong with the rebound. Armstrong pushing. Feeds Martin on the block. She's going to go to the post bag. No good. Hiscock rebounds, and it's going to be a foul against the 56ers, Emma Cameron. Reardon now crosses the timeline, defended by Brown. Parent faces up. Now she'll drive. Dishes for Hiscock. Out now for Piercy. Shot clock down to 6. Piercy going to break down off the dribble. 4 on the shot clock. Dab, step back 3. No. And that will do it for that. 24 seconds. 2:04 remaining in this first quarter. Armstrong. Over for Campbell. And puts it on the deck. Nearly stripped by Dab. Tie up. And it's going to favor the Hornets. So a little bit of sloppy play, and neither team has scored in about 2 minutes since Fuller hit free throws. Piercy now crosses it. Her and Lauren Armstrong would have had some battles over the past couple years in the ACAA. Armstrong, last year's ACAA most valuable player with the Holland College Hurricanes. Piercy, straightaway 3, connects, ties it up at 12-12. Amanda Piercy, the hot hand, 7 first quarter points. Armstrong, little in and out cross, misses the free throw line pull up, but it will remain with the 56ers here. I'm surprised the 56ers don't call a timeout and try to get Smith back in here, but they get it in for Lauren Armstrong. Around the Martin screen, big time Martin screen. Armstrong's 3, no. Rebound on the floor. Piercy picks it up and gets it right back. I do have some YouTube comments I just noticed. I'll get to those in a second. Amanda Piercy, how hot are you? That is 10 first quarter points for Amanda Piercy. Lighten it up. But a nice take by Nikiva Brown. Brown was the 56ers' fourth quarter hero in their game against the Thunder. When was that? Wednesday night at St. Mary's? Brown had 8 points in the fourth quarter alone, all off putback layups. Chloe Oxner hits the 3. Okay. This is turning into a ball game here. What a quarter for the Hornets. They lead 18-14, and they've got a chance here for the last shot of the quarter. Piercy, the hot hand. Around the Dab screen, double screen. Piercy kicks it to beat the buzzer. No, Oxner, no. Wow. An exciting quarter. I'm going to take a 1-minute break, and then we'll come back with replays, okay? We'll be right back on Maritime Athletic Profiles. right, and we're back. As you see some fantastic replays there right here on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Remind you, as always, we're live and interactive on Maritime Athletic Profiles, so reach out. Drop a comment in the YouTube chat. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. We've heard from Adam Denny asking if there's any playoff games in the HRM. There will be some Nova Scotia play-in games. Talk about that a little bit as we go on. And Zachary Ward cheering on the Hornets, and Rome cheering on the 56ers. Great to hear from everybody. Keep those YouTube chats coming. As they have an injury, Chloe Oxner, I believe, took an elbow in the face, battling for that rebound. Kobayashi missed the floater. But what a first quarter it was for the Halifax Hornets, led by 10 points from Amanda Piercy and 6 points on a pair of threes by Chloe Oxner. And Oxner, yeah, did take a elbow to that eye. Shout out Sophia Widmeyer getting on there, helping her girl. And looks like Oxner's going to be okay, just a little shaken up. Never feels good to get hit in the face. So, Hornets, yeah. Shout out official Nicole letting Amanda know she had to get over. Oh! Everybody a little out of sorts to begin this second quarter. That was a nice read by Piercy, but Francois was just running to a spot, did not expect the basketball. So let's try it again. Kobayashi downhill into contact, up and in. Oh my goodness. Aki knew exactly what she was doing as soon as she caught that basketball. She was going up, getting some contact and a layup if she could, and she did. Francois for three. No. Long rebound, tracked down by Kobayashi. Still no Mackenzie Smith out there for the 56ers, and Kobayashi knows with no Mackenzie Smith, no Courtney Donaldson, it's her offense to run. But a great job there. Maddie Hiscock draws the charge on Nikiva Brown. I think every game I've called of her career ever, Maddie Hiscock has taken at least one charge. And she usually gets 3 or 4 fouls, but she always gets a one back. I enjoy watching her play, and you know, I like the physicality that she plays with too. As here's Piercy, cross half. Kobayashi picks her up. Piercy, she's already hit 2. Just off on that one. Rebound tracked down by Abby Mercer, and Mackenzie Smith back into the game after a long rest. Check out that pass by Smith, right on the money. Round the horn for Kobayashi on the drive. Count it and one. Hackey getting to the hoop. Back-to-back buckets. And a chance at 3 the old-fashioned way here. Look at Aki staying down, driving hard. Drives left, finishes with the right. And back on the free throw line. Kobayashi made 2 free throws in the first quarter and is now 3 for 3 on the game with 7 points to lead the 56ers. And a steal there by Armstrong, picking the pocket of her ACAA rival, Amanda Piercy, at half. Tie up, and it will favor the Hornets. As Caitlin Power will check back in for Halifax. .50 run by Aki Kobayashi has put the the 56ers up a point. They trailed 18-14 after the first quarter. Power spinning. Going to thread the needle, and the passing has just been a little bit off for the Hornets in this first half. As here's Kobayashi. Now Armstrong on the left wing. Top of the key, Smith. Mercer. Good movement here. Armstrong steps back into a 3. No. Rebounded by Anna Parsons, checking in for her first action of the day. Parsons, a former Dalhousie Tiger. Now Piercy finds Manieri on the post catch. Manieri faces up on Olskamp. Manieri, footwork. Oh, baby. Sammy Manieri. Call her Jokic. That was some beautiful post footwork and a nice finish with the right hand off glass. Smith, deep three. No. Kenzie Smith. She does have 4 or 5 points already today. 4 points already today, but has not been able to hit from three. I believe she's 0 for 3. Piercy kicks to the corner. Francois, pull up. That is off. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up. No. And Kobayashi, another rebound. Long pass to the corner for Smith. Olskamp catch and shoot three. No. 3-point shooting just not working right now for the 56ers. They haven't made a three yet, and they've probably shot 8, 9, maybe 10. But Amanda Piercy, beautifully done. Pull-up elbow jumper. Armstrong not happy. She got crushed on that Sammy Manieri screen. And the hot shooting of Amanda Piercy continues. She's got 12 first-half points. Wow. Armstrong corner three over the Caitlin Power closeout. And there you have it. I'll tell you. You don't like this? You don't like MWBA basketball. This has been a lot of action. Yeah, we do got to do the replay, or the sponsors. Let's do sponsors, and then we'll get into some replays. MWBA brought to you by league founding partner Royale, proudly Atlantic Canadian. And Cushman Wakefield Atlantic, Atlantic Canada's leader in commercial real estate. And ProLineStadium.com, Atlantic Canada's only 100% legal sports betting destination. Those are all off the dome. I don't have my sheet in front of me. Anyway, second quarter highlights. Aki Kobayashi got us started with back-to-back hoops. That's an and one. She converted the free throw. A little 5-0 run by Kobayashi to put the 56ers back on top. But then check out this post move by Manieri. Spins left, steps through to the right, and finishes high off glass. And then Amanda Piercy knocks down the free throw line jumper. And then Kobayashi drives. Beautiful pass to the corner. Armstrong over the 6'2" Caitlin Power. Knocks down the corner three. And we're all tied up at 22-22. Some good action here at A. Garnet Brown Gymnasium on the campus of Mount St. Vincent University. And call this Bedford or Halifax. It's the Bedford Highway. I don't know where Bedford starts. Whatever. It's all the HRM. They're called the Halifax Hornets, so we'll call it Halifax. Piercy. Pick and pop. Oxner. Hit two in the first quarter, and they're playing her like it. Manieri. Post work. Manieri still with it. Puts it up. No, that was good. Disciplined defense by Courtney Kane-Norden. Staying down and challenging Manieri's shot. Kobayashi, corner three. No, well, I guess Armstrong just hit one, but the 56ers continue to struggle from three. Piercy, nice crossover, but Kobayashi recovers with the block. Now Leah Martin running the fast break. Smith around the Martin screen. Gets the switch with Caitlin Power. Good job by Power to deflect that pass. Martin in the corner. It's going to remain 56ers ball. 9 on the shot clock as Lillian Fuller checks back in for Lake City. Brianna Reardon back in for the Hornets. 5:17 remaining in this first half. Fuller around the Leah Martin screen. Fuller, nice little step through the lane, unable to hit. Reardon with the rebound. Long outlet for Power. Manieri. Triple handoff action. Oxner. Manieri posting up Kane-Norden. Right back to it. Manieri counted and one. Wow. Fantastic patience and footwork by Manieri in the post. Here's what I'll tell you. She's looking to establish the right to left spin. Look, Kane Norton thinks she's going to spin back, and then she uses that little step through to finish with the right hand. Really advanced post play. And she misses the free throw. But the Hornets holding on to a 2-point lead midway through the second quarter. Smith now on the right wing. Pull up from the elbow. Wow. That is a pro move right there by Mackenzie Smith, who will be a professional basketball player somewhere overseas in the fall. Not sure where yet, but stay tuned. It's coming. She is at the peak of her powers right now. It's going to remain Hornets ball here off the deflection. And Melina Collins checks in, replacing Lily Francois. 13 on the shot clock. Sideline inbound here for the Hornets. They get in for Reardon. Now Collins looking for Maneri down low. Maneri, nice catch. Right back to work. Called for the travel and adds insult to injury. Taken down by the contest of Leah Martin after the travel. Another YouTube comment from Cameron Olskamp saying, "Go 56ers, go Zoe." So not out there right now, but she's been getting a good amount of minutes, getting the start today for the 56ers as Smith misses the 18-footer. Now Smith fouled Collins, and Melina Collins will head to the line to shoot too. Smith can't believe it.
56ers foul first, number 2, Mackenzie Smith.
And 56ers coach Pat Havard is going to call a timeout, and I have a feeling it's to yell at the refs as much as it is to talk to his team. Yeah, let's check out some replays here. The Hornets coaching, or the 56ers coaching staff is not happy right now. So here, Kobayashi driving, kicking to the corner, Armstrong, corner three. That is the only three the 56ers have hit yet this game. There's a nice defensive play by Kobayashi blocking Piercy. Kane Norton might have gotten a piece of that too, double block. And here, the post work of Sammy Manieri. There's an and one. Not a lot of contact there. I get why the 56ers coaches might not have been happy about that one. Smith, pull up. So tough to do, going full speed at the defender. And then the other way. I think that's a foul. And that's where we're at. Melina Collins is going to head to the line to shoot too. Okay, so to answer a question that Adam Denny had earlier, there are play-ins next week in the MWBA playoffs. So the number, I think this is all solidified. The number 1 seed Lake City 56ers will host, the number 3 seed Halifax Hornets next week. So this game you're seeing today, if you like it, you can tune into it again next week. I do not know the time and date, but it will be hosted by Lake City. Don't know the location either, as they've played at both the Sportsplex and Cole Harbour High this year. As Melina Collins hits the first free throw. So the winner of that 1 versus 3 game is automatically into the playoffs. And then the loser will take on the Halifax Thunder, I guess the very next day or 2 days later, to determine the 2 seeds out of Nova Scotia that will be traveling to New Brunswick to participate in the Legacy Cup. And New Brunswick also has playing games to determine their 2 teams, and that will also determine what city the Legacy Cup will be held in. So clear as mud. It's a little confusing, but what you need to know is the Hornets and 56ers will be playing again next week. Winner is automatically in the playoffs. Loser will have another chance to earn their spot against the Thunder. As Kane Norton on the drive. No good. Rebounded by Brianna Reardon. Oxner, no hesitation. Long three, no good, but this is that Twin Towers lineup for the Hornets. Power and Manieri both in, and it's causing problems as Fuller picks up the foul. That's going to be the 4th team foul against the 56ers in this quarter as Lauren Armstrong and Zoe Olskamp check back in, replacing Kane Norden and Mercer. So they're getting a little bigger to counter the... Well, Manieri's not in anymore, but Jasmine Parent's still in. A good defense off the baseline inbounds forces the Hornets turnover. Fuller. Over now for Olskamp. Stripped by Power. Power is going to push it the other way. Wow, what a pass by Power. I did not see the vision. Sometimes Caitlin plays so loose and free when she's pushing the ball up the court. I don't know what's going to happen. And that was one of those times. I did not see Collins. I thought Power, that's fine, but I want to see a longer version of that replay when you get a chance. Not right now. As Melina Collins on the free throw line to shoot too. Collins hits the first. Okay, here's a look. Look at Power. Wow. I mean, yeah, that was a good pass. I thought Power was trying to feed it to Parent and threw it 3 feet too high, but Collins was there and makes both free throws. Lead is up to 28-24 for the Hornets. Potentially an upset brewing here at Mount St. Vincent. Hornets now in their zone defense. Good ball movement by the 56ers. Shot clock is down to 5. Mackenzie Smith, wing 3, no. Her shooting struggles continue, but the offensive rebound putback is in. Zoe Olskamp cuts it to a 2-point ball game. Olskamp has been a menace on the offensive glass today, and Kobayashi forces the turnover. That's one thing about Aki. She's always an active defender, will pick you up full court and make things tough. Smith now. Armstrong calling for the ball screen from Martin. Armstrong rejects. Nice handles, but turns it over. Power, good anticipation to jump the lane and steal that away. Now Collins. That ball deflected into the hands of Power. Reardon. Oxner. Sidestep into the long 2, no good. Kobayashi continues to stuff the stat sheet. She's got a lot of rebounds so far today. Kobayashi lost it on the way up, misses the layup. Long pass. Caitlin Power dropping dimes. KP. Great pass over the top. Oxner catches in stride, puts it up and in. Smith now around the Martin ball screen. Nice pass, and Martin finishes. 2-point game, 1 minute remaining in this first half. Reminder, don't go too far. We'll have some halftime interviews coming up. Melina Collins. Collins flings it up. Nope. Smith over the top. Too far for Olskamp. Reardon, triple. No. But Power steals the rebound away. Shot clock down to 6. Power for 3. No. Rebounded by Smith, and she's fouled in the backcourt by Jazz Parent. And with 24 seconds remaining, Pat Havard's going to call a timeout. Can't take it to the second half with you, so Lake City's going to come up with a plan for this final possession of the first half. Looking to tie it up or potentially take the lead with a 3. Okay. They just announced something I didn't know. Thursday, June 12th at Zatzman Sportsplex. Yeah. Gotta check my calendar. Yeah, looks like I'll be there. So, yes, as mentioned, the Hornets will be playing the Lake City 56ers in a play-in game Thursday, June 12th at Zatzman Sportsplex. Oh, yeah, it's Friday the 13th. I have 2 appointments next Friday, and I realize it's Friday the 13th, so. One's a car appointment. I mean, how bad could that possibly go? Bad for my wallet, for sure. Anyway, that's enough about that. Yeah, but Thursday, June 12th, Zatzman Sportsplex, Hornets and 56ers. The winner is in the playoffs. The loser will have another chance to make it in against the Halifax Thunder, TBD. All right. So, yeah, Pat Havard, no advance here. They've got the full shot clock to work with. Aki Kobayashi out there with Lauren Armstrong, Zoe Olskamp, Abby Mercer, and Emma Cameron. Kobayashi driving. Well done not to step down on that second foot. And Julia Campbell hits the 3. I didn't even see Campbell out there. As Oxner to beat the buzzer. Oh! Chloe Oxner sends the A. Garnet Brown Gymnasium into a frenzy. What a shot there by Oxner. And the Hornets lead 33-31 at the half. Let's check out those 2 plays. Producer Dylan. As here, Kobayashi drives, kicks to the corner, and Julia Campbell, former UPEI Panther from Summerside PEI, hits the corner 3. Her bench was fired up, but then check this out. They left the wrong player. Oxner, drop cross 3, knocks it down at the buzzer. And super exciting first half. 33-31 is the score. The regular season finale between these 2 teams should be a fun second half. And we'll be back shortly with some halftime interviews. And, of course, the second half right here on Maritime Athletic Profiles. All right, welcome back. Live coverage of MWBA action on Maritime Athletic Profiles. Listen, that was an intense first half. Both teams spent 12 of their 15 halftime minutes in the locker room, and I made an executive decision. We'll X-nay on the halftime interviews today, but definitely stay tuned for the end of the game. We'll have an interview with our player of the game. But we had tons of fantastic replays and a lot of great content. This has been a really exciting game. Halifax Hornets lead the Lake City 56ers 33-31 at the half. We'll go through the scoring leaders. Leading the way for the Hornets, Amanda Piercy with 12 points. Chloe Oxner has added 11. Samantha Maneri with 6 and Lily Francois with 4. So 4 Hornets combining to score all 33 of their first half points. Meanwhile, a little more balance for the 56ers. Mackenzie Smith and Aki Kobayashi both leading the way with 7 points apiece. Lauren Armstrong added 5. Lillian Fuller added 4. Zoe Olskamp and Julia Campbell each with 3. And Leah Martin with 2. So that is the scoring rundown. And we're set to begin the second half here. 56ers back to their starting lineup of Mackenzie Smith, Aki Kobayashi, Zoe Olskamp, Lauren Armstrong, and Abby Mercer. And a 3 there by Smith rims out. Smith does have 7 points, but none from distance, as 56ers as a team have struggled a little bit shooting from beyond the arc. Lauren Armstrong, though, when you can't hit from beyond the arc, put your head down and get to the basket, and Armstrong does that with ease, tying us up at 33s. Piercy now, hounded by Kobayashi. Good physical defense. Piercy, though, has that ball in a string. Shot clock down to 8. The hot hand, Chloe Oxner. She ended the first half with a buzzer-beating 3, but unable to hit that one. And 56ers look to take the lead here. Olskamp attacking Maneri off the closeout. No. Rebounded by Melina Collins, and here comes Halifax. Brianna Reardon, former Mount St. Vincent Mystic. Reardon. Good job dribbling with her head up, looking for an opening. Now around the horn for Piercy. Around the Melina Collins screen. Piercy nowhere to go. Shot clock is down to 4. Reardon with a nice cut, but blocked by Smith out of bounds. It's going to be 1.1 seconds on the shot clock. See there, great swat there by Smith. Doing it on both ends. They need a quick hitter here. Reardon gets it in for Oxner. She'll heave it up off the side of the backboard. And good defensive stand there by Lake City, as they look to take the lead on this possession. Kobayashi crosses over on Piercy. Olskamp wide open, top of the key. Thought about it, now she'll take it. Halfway down, rims out. Another rebound for Melina Collins. Collins was leading the Hornets in rebounding with nearly 7 per game coming into today's action. Reardon now around the horn for Piercy. Armstrong switches onto her. Piercy dancing and looking to feed that for Maneri. Tough pass. Good defense again by Abby Mercer on the post. Sasha Dabb will check in, replacing Maneri. Dabb just finished her first year at UMB and is now guarding her fellow UMB rookie teammate Zoe Olskamp. Lillian Fuller of the 56ers, also a UMB Red, but there is that stop and pop by Mackenzie Smith. She does that so well, going full speed, coming to a complete stop, rising up and hitting all in one motion. It's a lot more difficult than she makes it look. As Armstrong looking to add on to the 56ers lead. Threads the needle for Mercer. Up with the left, no. 56ers bench wanted a foul. Piercy, defended by Kobayashi. Looking to feed it for Dabb. And it's going to be a foul against Zoe Olskamp. As Pat Havard gets a warning. Baseline inbound. Reardon gets it in for Piercy. Catch and shoot. No. Smith with the rebound, and here come Lake City. Armstrong crossing over, gets to the left, unable to finish. Collins now. Reardon. Now Oxner crosses over, drives, and is fouled. Will head to the line to shoot two.
56ers foul, charge to number 20, Abby Mercer. First personal.
Foul against Abby Mercer. Her first personal second team foul. As Oxner hits both, we're all tied up again, 35-35. Kobayashi dishes it down low for Smith, powers up and finishes. Tough finish there by Mackenzie Smith. Expect her to heat up in this second half. That's 11 points for her now to lead the 56ers. Oxner to Reardon. Around the Collins screen. Kobayashi switches on, active hands for Maki again. And she stepped out of bounds, did Reardon. So Aki's defensive pressure forces the turnover. And we have a couple subs in for both teams. Emma Cameron and Lillian Fuller in for the 56ers. Lily Francois in for the Hornets. 6:18 remaining in the third quarter. 56ers lead by 2. Cameron. Former Brandon Bobcat transferring to Acadia, where she'll join Len Harvey's side in September for her second year of U Sports eligibility. Armstrong coughs that one up as Sasha Dabb comes away with the steal. Will remain Hornets ball on the baseline, 17 on the shot clock. 5:56 remaining in the third quarter. As Collins puts it up and in. Armstrong for 3, no. And out. Hornets ball. And it's going to be a Lake City timeout here. Let's do, okay, we can do, sponsors first. The MWBA would like to thank league founding partner Royale. Royale, proudly Atlantic Canadian. Cushman Wakefield Atlantic, Atlantic Canada's leader in commercial real estate. And ProLineStadium.com, Atlantic Canada's only 100% legal sports betting destination. So take a look here at some replays. Give a shout out to my guy Pat Ryan tuning in, and remind you, leave a comment on the YouTube chat. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Yeah, as we have some of the highlights here, Mackenzie Smith. I mean, that is so tough. You can even see her weight like shifting her in the air from one side to another and able to hit either way. And nice pass down low. Smith, another hit. She's up to 11 points to lead the 56ers. But the Hornets not going anywhere. Chloe Oxner fouled. And then off the baseline inbound, they get it in for Collins, who gets the second chance to go. And it's Hornets ball here as they look to retake the lead. Hornets led 18-14 at the end of the first quarter, 33-31 at the half. We're all tied up again, 37-37 midway through the third. Piercy. Cross court for Oxner. Shot clock down to 6. Oxner gets to Piercy. She's got to make something happen. She does. Blow by floater. Wow. Amanda Piercy having herself a game. That's 14 points to lead all scorers. And Piercy just locked in right now. I mean, it's got to feel good for Amanda Piercy. She feels like she can take anybody off the dribble in this league, and she does regularly. And now a good defensive stand here. Emma Cameron with a deep three, no. Good rebound by Melina Collins, and she'll push it up the right wing. Hornets looking to add to their lead. Smith nearly stole that pass. Oxner able to grab it out of her outstretched arms. Now Piercy, crossover, drive. Look at that. Wow. This is an extendo right-hand scoop. Smith the other way. Euro fouled. We'll head to the line to shoot too. Bit of a late call, but the right call. I want to see both those finishes in sequence. Piercy's miss and then Smith's foul, if we can. As check out this attempt by Piercy. Almost got it to go. As Mackenzie Smith just hit the first free throw. Here's Smith the other way. Euro. Lefty finish. Doesn't get it to go, but is fouled. And she hit the first free throw. And she hits the second free throw. And she'll take a sub here as Courtney Kane Norton checks in. So, yep. 13 points for Mackenzie Smith. 14 points for Amanda Piercy. They're having a little bit of a scorer's duel in this third quarter. We're all tied up at 39 apiece. Piercy. Finds some space. Free throw pull up, nothing but net. Piercy putting the Hornets on her back right now. Armstrong cut off, finds Mercer, blocked by Dab. Mercer though sticks with it and gets the awkward angle finish to go. Nice play there by Mercer. As there's a three by Dab, no good. And Fuller finds Cameron up court. No, with the left. Here's Oxner. Piercy. As that's skipping her step, she'll give it up. Francois, corner three, no. Neither team shooting particularly well from three except for Chloe Oxner. She's got three. I think that's probably as much as all other players combined. As Lauren Armstrong heading to the free throw line to shoot two. And wave of substitutions in here for the 56ers. Nikiva Brown, Leah Martin, and Aki Kobayashi checking in. And for the Hornets, Caitlin Power will check in. Hornets have Piercy, Francois, Collins, Hiscock, and Power. 56ers with Armstrong, Martin, Kane Norton, Brown, and Kobayashi. As Lauren Armstrong misses the first free throw. Armstrong, 5'9" guard out of Canberra, Australia, was the 2024-25 ACAA Most Valuable Player with the Holland College Hurricanes. And splits a pair from the line. Gives the 56ers a 1-point lead with 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Collins gets downhill. Collins, count it. A little bit of a contact too. Armstrong now over for Kobayashi. Kobayashi takes a bump and is fouled. She'll head to the line to shoot too. Yeah, this game's not going to finish on time. I'm trying to make magic happen, pull off a doubleheader, and be at the Dowplex by 4 o'clock, but, I mean, it's a close basketball game, lots of free throws, all the timeouts are being used. I am not making it to the Dowplex for 4 o'clock. Sorry in advance, Thunder fans. I'll be there midway through the first quarter. As Kobayashi hits the first, but we have a violation, I believe, against Courtney Kane Norton on the free throw. Oh, yeah, and of course, the Hornets are going to call a timeout here, because what else are you supposed to do with a minute remaining in the third quarter? I'm going to take a 30-second pause, drink some water, and let people know that I'm running late to the Dowplex. BRB. we're back here. It's been an exciting, has either team led by more than 4 points all game? I honestly don't think so. It's been a super tight, close game all game long. And I'm enjoying it. As Piercy has that poked out of bounds by Kobayashi. Piercy gets it in for Power. Now takes the handoff. Kobayashi hounding her on defense. Piercy doesn't care. Oh, Kobayashi got the block, but a crafty move to create a teeny bit of space by Piercy. Not enough. Now Kobayashi around the Martin screen. Extra pass, Nikiva Brown. Courtney Kane Norden, wide open three. Hits. Big time shot by Courtney Kane Norden. And the 56ers with a 4-point lead. That very well may be their largest lead of the game. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Power, long two. Answers. KP showing some range. Cutting it to a 2-point game. Kobayashi now. Nice drive and dish for Kane Norden, but good contest by Collins to force the miss. Piercy now. Hornets can score or take the lead on this possession. Francois around the Collins screen. Francois gets downhill and finishes with the right hand. Strong take, and just like that, we're tied up again, 47-47. Very little separating these two teams today. Really exciting game. As Brown. Top of the key, it's Kobayashi. She'll drive left. Through contact, fouled, and Aki will head to the line to shoot two. Foul against Amanda Piercy. It's her third personal and fourth team, so not foul trouble quite yet, but yeah, she's going to take a sub for the remainder of this third quarter, and I believe she's played the whole quarter, has Piercy. Leading all scorers with 16 points. Aki Kobayashi on the free throw line, misses the first. Kobayashi began her Canadian college basketball journey at Holland College and PEI, where she was the ACAA Rookie of the Year. Transferred to St. Mary's and had a phenomenal career, winning 3 straight AUS championships. Was a second-team AUS All-Star this past year with the Huskies. Now Collins creates some space, floats it up, no, gets her own rebound and is fouled. Ay. As Melina Collins, always very active on the glass. I mentioned coming into today, she was the leader of the Hornets in rebounds per game with 7. And she gets the free throw to roll in. Collins, 5'11" guard out of Halifax and Halifax West High. Played this past season with the Dial Tigers, averaging nearly 9 points per game. And hits both free throws and puts the Hornets back ahead by 1. 49-48, under a minute remaining in this third quarter that feels like it's been an hour long. But that's okay. Kobayashi now. Crosses over on Reardon. Kane Norden drives middle, floats it up. Doesn't get the roll. Power. Hornets have numbers. Reardon leading the break. Ooh. I saw the vision, but Melina Collins did not run her lane. That's modern day basketball for you. You're on a 3-on-2 fast break and somebody stops at the 3-point line. The coach in me wants to pull my hair out. As post touch here for Olskamp. Martin, baseline jumper, no. Hiscock collects the rebound. And Reardon ahead for Power. She wants it. KP 4-3, no. Maddie Hiscock on the follow, also no. 2 seconds remaining. Pass over the top. Martin to beat the buzzer. Oh, Caitlin Power swats it into the Hornets bench. I don't know if Martin was going to get a shot off or not, but that's a little bit of a statement play by Power. Check this out. Oh, yeah. Big time swat from behind. This will be a cool view of it. Again, I don't know if Martin was really going to get a shot off, but hey, feels good. Do it. Let's check out some replays, Producer Dylan. Shout out Producer Dylan and the Maritime Athletic Profiles crew. Bring you all the action. And a busy day in the MWBA. 3 games going on all this afternoon. Time Abby Mercer got one to go. Okay. Quick score update. It's in Miramichi. Yeah, that's in Miramichi. The Hurricanes lead 26-15. Make that 28-15 still in the first quarter. Tell you, the Hurricanes are a good team, but they caught an L last night to the Thunder. It's going to be an interesting playoffs. I think there are 3. No, you know what? I'll throw the Fredericton Freeze in there. There are 4 teams that could win it this year. And, well, no, I shouldn't even say that. Like, look at the Hornets right now. They're up 1 after 3 quarters against the number 1 seed overall 56ers. So if everything comes together for the Hornets in a couple weekends, they could win it as well. We're talking Legacy Cup, MWBA championship action. It's going to be in New Brunswick in 2 weeks' time, Saturday, June 21st and Sunday, June 22nd. Dates and times TBD. Check out the MWBA.ca for all the latest scores, schedule information, player of the week stuff, and much, much more. Great website over there. Shout out everybody involved. All right, fourth quarter action here. Melina Collins around the Francois screen. Ball is deflected by Kane Norden and tracked down by Nikiva Brown. And Brown is fouled in the backcourt by Brianna Reardon. Took just 10 seconds into that fourth quarter for us to get our first foul. And it will not be the last the way this game is going. Aki Kobayashi over now for Nikiva Brown. And we have a foul on Zoe Olskamp. So
56ers foul, jersey number 12, Zoe Olskamp for personal first team.
I don't think so. That's the third personal. Well, we'll see. I don't have a hotel booked, but as Brianna Reardon out of the sideline, out of bounds. Reardon will put up a 3 off back rim, and Nikiva Brown pushing the other way. Brown trying to get to that right hand. I will say Nikiva Brown is very right hand dominant from what I've seen, but she's a young player, just was the ACAA Rookie of the Year at Holland College, so lots of time to expand her finishing package over the next couple years. And Brown was certainly an impact player in Wednesday night's 56ers win in a tight one against the Thunder. Top of the key here is Olskamp. Looking down low, too high for Kane Norden. Some frustration right now from the 56ers side, and got to wonder how long will they play without Smith here. As Mercer checks back in, replacing Olskamp. And Chloe Oxner and Amanda Piercy back in for the Hornets. Again, Piercy with 3 team fouls. It's a coaching chess match, and we know these two teams are going to play again on Thursday. So they're leaving it all out there today. Oxner gets the switch with Mercer. Now Reardon back over for Oxner. Chased off the line by Mercer. Power puts up the baseline jumper halfway down. Pops back out. Nikiva Brown pushing. Brown. Good defense, but better offense. And Brown able to finish for 2. And that gives the 56ers back the lead. Oops. As KP doesn't get the reverse to drop, but is fouled, and we'll head to the line to shoot 2. Liam Martin. Say fifth personal? Oh, second personal. Okay. And Power misses the first free throw. So second foul there on Martin. She'll head to the bench as Mackenzie Smith checks back in for the 56ers. Power misses the first free throw and the second. And the rebound tracked down by Courtney Kane Norden. Here is Smith. Kobayashi back for Smith. Smith again from the right wing. Little inside out cross. And tied up on the way up by Piercy. Good no call, and it is going to remain 56ers ball here. Yeah, good look at it there. That's just a good tie-up, good no call. All ball by Piercy. And Lillian Fuller will check back in for the 56ers. The coaching chess match here is funny. Every time Pat Havard makes a sub, Carly Yepes responds with a sub of her own. Kane Norden on the drive. Nowhere to go between a pair of 6-footers in Oxner and Manieri, and this is a supersize Hornets lineup right now. 3 players over 5'11" on the court. Power, turnaround. Oh, just can't get the roll right now. Back-to-back tough misses for Power. Brown to the right hand. No. Power with the rebound. Outlets for Piercy. Piercy around the back, dancing with it. Now handoff for Collins. Manieri, post move. No. Gives it up for Collins. There is a lid on the rim right now for the Hornets. That is 3 straight shots that looked like they were good and just bobbled out. Kane Norden. Jumper. No. Gets her own rebound and is fouled. And Courtney Kane Norden having a nice game this afternoon. Kane Norden, one of the vets and team moms of the 56ers. Halifax native, started her university career at St. Mary's before transferring to Holland College. In her second year with the 56ers, Norden didn't have a whole lot of stats coming into today, but has played extended minutes. Again, haven't talked about it since the first quarter, but the 56ers missing 3 key rotation players, Courtney Donaldson, Emily McNeil, and Dara Flurgan. As Piercy can't get the floater to drop, and we're going to get a foul against the 56ers. Hornets have not scored in this fourth quarter. They've gone 3-16 without scoring. Fuller. Over for Kane Norden. She'll put up a 3. No. Kane Norden hit one in the third quarter as part of a 56ers run. See if the Hornets can stop the drought here. Piercy kicks it out for Collins. Driving. Blocked by Smith. Smith read that one the whole way. And Mercer comes away with the rebound. Now Brown. Fuller will pull the trigger on a 3. No. Manieri with the box out and the rebound. Meanwhile, the Hornets have not scored in this quarter. The 56ers have just 3 points themselves. This has been a low-scoring defensive battle of the fourth quarter. Manieri, post move. No. Good disciplined defense by Mercer to force a tough finish. And now Brown. Over for Kane Norden. Drives baseline. Looks to power up and it's out of bounds. Lauren Armstrong will check back in for the 56ers. 4.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. The score is 3-0. Here comes Piercy, crosses half court. Smith. Oh, snatch back cross. Smith couldn't finish the clip. Now Power spinning. Stripped on the way up. Fuller on the drive. No good on the floater. Rebounded by Manieri. Piercy feeds it for Manieri. And finally the drought is broken. Took 5.5 minutes, but the Sam Manieri layup gets the Hornets on the board in this fourth quarter and ties us up at 51-51. Smith is hurt right now. I don't know if it's a cramp or if she turned her ankle, but you don't like to see that. And Amanda Piercy gets the floater to drop. They're not blowing the play dead. Smith's still out there running. It's up to the 56ers to take a timeout. Smith with the ball in her hands. Pull up. No. Rebounded by Manieri. With under 4 minutes remaining, the Hornets have a 2-point lead and look to be adding to it here. Piercy. She's been so good today, has Amanda Piercy. 18 points, I believe, to lead all scorers. Power, crossover, spins back, step back, no. Smith with a tough rebound. And she's going to slow it down here. Fuller on the drive. Kick out. That's Mercer for three. No. Armstrong, second chance for the 56ers. Tied up. And it's going to be Hornets ball heading the other way. And Carla Yepes is going to call a timeout and talk things over. I'll tell you, just energy and body language from Lake City is low right now. It does look like Mackenzie Smith's okay, but shaping up to be an interesting finish here. Let's take a look at some replays. Oh, did they say 7:30? Oh, and they just said the Legacy Cup will be in Fredericton? I'm finding note stuff from the PA right now that I did not know. Okay, so I guess Thursday night's game is 7:30 at the Zatzman Sportsplex, and the Legacy Cup Championship Playoff will be in Fredericton. There it is. We got info, maybe. And, yeah, taking a look here at some replays. These past two plays, the layup by Manieri and the layup by Piercy, have put the Hornets on top. 53-51 with 3:14 remaining. Both teams with only 2 team fouls. I'll tell you, we had about 5 minutes to play there. No fouls, no scoring. And now we're back into it. Reardon. Around the horn, Hiscock. Defended up by Cameron. Now Hiscock takes it on the handoff. Hiscock stops and travels. So see what the 56ers can do here. No Mackenzie Smith. They've got Emma Cameron, Aki Kobayashi, Lillian Fuller, Abby Mercer, and Lauren Armstrong. And Kobayashi has got to initiate this offense right now. Fuller dribbled it off her foot, and Dab comes away with the steal. 2:45 remaining. Lake City, the Hornets are going to use some clock and potentially add to their lead. Oxner over now for Reardon. Piercy, shot clock dwindling. They left Oxner open. 3, count it. Chloe Oxner, ice in her veins, puts the Hornets ahead by 5 with just over 2 minutes remaining. Now Kobayashi spins, pull up, no. Rebounded by Sasha Dab. It's all Hornets. They didn't score for the first 5.5 minutes of this quarter, but they're on a 7-0 run. Oxner just hit 1-3. Now trying to take Fuller off the dribble. Piercy turns it over. Kobayashi gets it ahead for Cameron, bobbling it. Fuller for 3. No. Piercy. Good hustle there by Piercy. She banked it off the leg of Kobayashi. See if we can get another look at this. And I think the 56ers coaching staff, I'll tell you, if anybody was in the position to see what happened here, it was Manny States. So the question is, did it hit Piercy last, or did it go off Kobayashi? So it already hit the ground off Kobayashi before it hit Piercy. That's what Manny's saying. I'll watch it again if you want to, because it was a bang-bang play. And potentially a big possession here. So the question is, does it hit the ground before it hits Piercy? Kobayashi, ground, Piercy. Good call. Good vision by Manny States. Interesting play here. I mean, you saw it on the screen. Be the judge at home, but all right. So that shapes up an interesting finish here. 5-point lead for the Hornets. 1:41 remaining. Piercy. Down the Sashadab screen. Now Collins hands it back off for Piercy. Long 2, pull up, no. Offensive rebound by Collins. And blocked out of bounds. I'll tell you, Collins has not been a big offensive weapon, but her rebounding has been spectacular today. She's got to be in double digits for the Hornets. And that's going to be a 5-second violation on the inbound. So a chance here for the 56ers. And notice Mackenzie Smith's back in, finger taped up, a little bit of a limp. But she is a warrior, battling. I know she was in the top 5 all-time in games played and started in St. Joseph's Red Hawks program history. And she's hasn't missed a game since joining the 56ers. Armstrong to Cameron. No, just didn't get the roll. Dab with the rebound. Dab gets it ahead for Collins. Loose ball, one away by Hiscock. Under a minute remaining, 46 seconds to be exact. And we have a foul. The Hornets can hold on. This will be the 56ers' first loss in a month. The 56ers started 3-0 before dropping their first loss to the Thunder back on May 11th. And they've won 4 in a row since. No, sorry. Yeah, 5 in a row since. And Zoe Olskamp fouls Sasha Dab. They've got some fouls to give here. Kiva Brown's going to check in, replacing Emma Cameron. And Brianna Reardon. The coaching chess match continues. Both coaches are going to take every possible adjustment they can make in this game. And with them playing again on Thursday night, I don't blame them. As Reardon, although there is an argument you want to leave something left in the tank strategy, but both these coaches are good. They'll have a game plan ready to go Thursday. Armstrong with the steal, but that's just been the kind of fourth quarter it's been for Lake City. The Hornets led 49-48 at the third quarter. 56ers scored the first 3 points to go up 51-48, but since then it has been an 8-0 run, and the Hornets will improve to 4-6 on the season. That will be their final regular season tally. Greatly improved from last year, where I think they might have won 1 game. Meanwhile, Lake City will fall to 8-2, still the #1 overall seed heading into the Legacy Cup playoffs. And we're going to try to quickly grab a player as quickly as possible. Congrats, well done. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Exciting basketball action right here on Maritime Athletic Profiles all season long. And again, the Legacy Cup playoffs begin with the Nova Scotia play-in this Thursday, June 12th, 7:30 p.m. at the Zatzman Sportsplex. It'll be a rematch of today's fantastic game as the Hornets take on the Lake City 56ers. All right, we're going to be right back here with a player. Just 1 second. See you in a minute with a player from the Hornets. All right, the Hornets end the season with a big victory over the Lake City 56ers. Here now with player of the game, Amanda Piercy. Amanda, that was a really back and forth game. In that fourth quarter, you guys went in leading 49-48, did not score for almost 5.5 minutes, and finished the game on an 8-0 run. What can you say about the fourth quarter specifically for your team and how you pulled out that win?
We really just said, let's focus on defense. We haven't been the most scoring-oriented team, but defense I always feel is something you can control, and like Carl always tells us, push left, box out, do the things that we can control, and it worked out in our favor, and offense kind of just flows, so it's kind of what we did there. Awesome. Obviously, it's your second season back with the Hornets, and I know you were in and out of the lineup at some times this year, but returning to play in the MWBA for another season and having some more wins in the regular season at least, what can you say about this league and what it means to you in your basketball journey? It's a great way to keep playing basketball. When the season's over, there's a big gap between your next season, so it just really keeps you in the groove for your upcoming season. And then for those who are done, it's just it's fun to be around a team again and be with your friends. There's some people on this team that were on my team at the Mount like years ago, and it's fun to sort of play with them again. So for me, it's just, you know, playing basketball. I always love playing basketball, and especially with some of the girls that I've played with before. So that's what it is to me.
Awesome. Well, you played great today. Heading into a rematch against Lake City on Thursday night. What's it going to take to, you know, upset the #1 seed in Nova Scotia and punch your ticket to the Legacy Cup in New Brunswick?
Like I said, defense, you know, it's something that we can control again. If we're getting steals and we can go, you know, quickly the other way, I think that works in our favor. When we get into sets, we're a little bit, you know, sticky and slow. But when we play defense and get the turnover and run quick, I think that's how we're going to get them. So we'll see. Awesome. Well, thank you, Amanda. You definitely got them today. Congrats on the win and player of the game, and we'll see you Thursday. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Thank you to all our viewers. MWBA on Maritime Athletic Profiles, signing off the 2025 MWBA regular season, but the road to the Legacy Cup begins this Thursday, 7:30 p.m. at the Zatzman Sportsplex. We'll see you then. Have a great night, everybody.